Are you ready to discover incredible curiosities about the movie Castaway? Do you remember the mysterious package that protagonist Tom Hanks kept throughout the story? Well, the director revealed what was inside, and I'll tell you later at the end of this video. Alone on a deserted island and in love with a ball, these and other curiosities of how the movie Castaway, which is one of the great successes of world cinema, came to be, you can see here on the channel. Released in 2000, the film Castaway redefined survival stories in cinema by showing the story of a FedEx employee who, trying to show the company's commitment to its deliveries, sets out on an air trip to deliver customers' packages, but ends up having an accident and his plane crashes into the ocean. Then he wakes up on a deserted island with no one to talk to but a ball. Yes, that's right, a ball. And the madman still clings to the ball. It was a success. But the adventure doesn't stop there. He has to use his packages, which appear on the beach, to face the crazy weather and extreme conditions he's in. Over time, this movie became a classic, even a fever here in Brazil. Check this out. Actor Tom Hanks really wanted to rock playing an incredible character in a survival movie. Then he read this awesome magazine article about FedEx's air routes. Imagine this, planes crossing the Pacific Ocean 3 times a day. That's when it hit him. He decided to combine this crazy idea with his dream, creating an amazing story of a plane crash on one of these routes. The studio freaked out over the idea. The story became a classic. Let's talk about the hero. Tom Hanks faced an incredible challenge to play the lead role. Since the character was a middle-aged guy, the actor threw caution to the wind. No exercise or healthy eating. He dove into the sweets to get that 50-year-old paunch. But when the normal scenes were done filming, he had a whole year to dedicate to exercise and was barred from cutting his hair and beard. The result? He lost 50 pounds and acquired that fabulous slacker look. It's a lot of transformation. This guy is a phenomenal actor. And this story here, you won't believe it. When Tom Hanks needed a year to prepare for the role, do you think the investors just sat back? Not at all. The film industry is full of gimmicks. While Hanks was undergoing his transformation, director Robert Zemeckis summoned the entire Castaway cast, except for Hanks, of course, to embark on another fantastic project. The movie Revelation, starring the incredible Harrison Ford. Now pay attention to this. FedEx was the star of the movie without spending a dime. That's right. They got a free advertisement with their logo plastered everywhere. Shirts, walls, planes, cars, packages. You have no idea. At first, executives were worried. But guess what? It was an absurd success for the brand. International orders exploded after the film, and the number of people interested in working for them increased by 30%. That's a lot of visibility without paying anything. FedEx is laughing its ass off at this genius move to this day. Don't quit the video. Look at this incredible revelation. In the original script, the protagonist was going to have 2 personalities on the island. One for good and the other for evil. This idea was put aside because it would change the whole theme of the story, but don't be sad because what came next is simply sensational. They replaced the characters with none other than the iconic Wilson Ball and hilarious scenes of our hero's delusions. The movie was even more fun with this genius idea, don't you think? Just imagine our brave protagonist talking and sharing moments with his volleyball. It's unusual, it's crazy, it's just brilliant. The relationship between them is so intense that Wilson Ball has become a remarkable and adored character by fans. And our hero's delusions? Those moments were simply too funny. Hollywood sure knows how to pull a surprise and keep the audience entertained. Check this out, isn't it fantastic? In the movie, the real star is Wilson. The volleyball turned into Hanks's character's main companion on the island and became a pop culture icon. Guess what? One of the 3 balls used in the shoot was auctioned, and believe me, it sold for over $18,000. But here comes the most interesting part. In one version of the movie, the ball even had lines. Yes, Wilson had a script written to interact with the lead actor. Can you imagine a talking ball? This helped Tom Hanks see the ball as a real character. But wait. You must be thinking that you did not see this in the movie. Obviously not. The lines ended up being cut in the final version of the movie. Still, Wilson won our hearts. Do you know how the ball got that distinct face? It was the director's very own idea. He had the brilliant idea to use the lead's blood, who marked the ball with his hand, creating that striking face. It's as if Wilson was born from our hero. And in the breakup scene, the emotion is so intense that it feels like he's losing a child. That's the sad part of the movie. This love story between Tom Hanks and Wilson is heartbreaking. To truly understand the hardships of being lost on a desert island, some of the cast went through the ordeal of living in the same conditions as the protagonist for several days. That's right, they stayed there with no food, no water, having to fend for themselves in their 30s. They tried fishing, opening coconuts with packages that washed up on the beach, and even lighting a fire. It was a genuine survival lesson. All of this brought authenticity to the filming because Hanks's techniques had been tested by the crew beforehand. They knew what worked and what the biggest challenges were. They are a brave team, guys. They lived the challenge of our hero and made this film an incredible experience. And what about post-production? You didn't see this coming. In addition to the crew that faced the challenges, we have to appreciate the post-production team. They worked tirelessly to make everything perfect. They realized that the night scene shot with artificial light didn't look natural enough. So they had the clever idea to shoot all these scenes during the day and darken everything in post-production. It was painstaking work, but it was worth every second. And there's more. All the dialogue and sound effects had to be added later in post-production, but the team didn't let it affect them and found a way to turn these scenes into the magic we see on screen. It's a respectable post-production job. In the movie, Tom Hanks's character survives on the island by opening the packages that the sea brought from the crashed plane, but he keeps one package closed, saved as a treasure to deliver when he returns. So, here comes the burning question. What was inside that package? Director Robert Zemeckis finally revealed part of the original script, showing that it would be 2 jars of parsley and a letter from that woman who called herself Bettina, begging her husband to come home. Would it make any difference if he opened the package? In the end, no. But according to the director, what mattered was not the contents, but what it represented. And of course, to drive fans crazy, wondering what it would be. 2 theories emerged, and in all of them, the objects that were there would save the protagonist's life, such as survival kits, satellite phone, among others. It would be the solution to the problems of our hero, who was isolated on the island without communication. And if that were true, could it have been any different if he had opened the package? Of course, but would the movie have been funny? Of course not.